Well, good morning, everybody. We're reading through uh, 1 Kings 10, 11, 2 Chronicles 9. Just double check the title and make sure. Um, the Lord had blessed Solomon incredibly. He had come a long way since that moment when the Lord asked him what he really wanted, and he said that he wanted discernment to be able to govern um, Yahweh's people, this nation, which was so big. It seemed like an overwhelming task to Solomon, and he knew that he needed discernment for it. And the Lord was so pleased that he had to ask for discernment. So he gave him wisdom, but he said that because he asked for that above all other things, that he would also give him all other things. And he blessed the whole nation of Israel in such an incredible way that they were over all the nations around them. Solomon oversaw all these other kingdoms and these kings who paid him tribute and seemed to be glad to do it. It wasn't a matter of a forced thing. They were blessed because of Solomon, and they would seek his counsel and things. And so we have the Queen of Sheba showing up because she had heard of his fame, and she came to check it out for herself. And she looked around and she was amazed and stated that she hadn't been told half of it. And she turned around and said to Solomon that Yahweh must really love Israel to have put Solomon on the throne. Because the whole idea of the king is not what we turn kings into. The whole idea of the king was that he was a servant of the kingdom, that he had the responsibility of the prosperity of the kingdom, that he was the defender of the kingdom. He didn't have to uphold. He's not the one who was responsible for making sure that people followed the law. That was the priest, and then the judge sat in that seat of justice. Sometimes that was the king, but it wasn't always the king. And then you have the prophetic voice. And all of this lent itself to a very prosperous kingdom, especially when the king has wisdom. And that's what, and so the Lord added all these other things, and the whole kingdom is blessed. I mean, it was so blessed that silver really had no value because of all the other riches that were in the kingdom. And this is incredible. But the king was responsible for the atmosphere of the kingdom, and the Lord had given him a prosperous spirit. And the Queen of Sheba looked at this and saw this, but she, being royalty, she understood the responsibility and recognized that in Solomon. And if we were to relate that to today, what kind of atmosphere are we creating? We have the responsibility of representing the kingdom in this world. We are of royalty. We are kings and queens in this kingdom, according to Scripture. And we have the responsibility of coming into the enemy's territory like this principality that he has set up as a false prince of this world. And we come into this enemy territory, and we are supposed to represent the best of the kingdom. We are supposed to represent the Father's heart. And we have the responsibility of bringing the atmosphere of the kingdom into our sphere of influence. What's our families like? What's our house like? Is our house a place of honor? Is it a place of respect? Is it a place of love? Is it a place of peace? Is it a place of prosperity? that, because that's on us. We've been given all of that, and we get to influence the atmospheres around us with this. What is our workplace like? Are we the encourager? Are we the one who speaks life into people? Do we lift people up, or do we just join in with the tearing down of people and the backbiting and all that? Are we a different voice? Do we really stand out? The world may not understand what righteousness is, but we know what it is. And it's to live according to Father's heart. And Father would have us to honor people and encourage people and lift people up and speak life into them, because He loves them and He wants relationship with them. It's just the stubborn ways get in the way. The rebellion gets in the way, and they're not willing to receive this wonderful gift that Jesus Christ has given to us. But that shouldn't prejudice us against them. And it's our responsibility, as it was King Solomon's responsibility, the atmosphere of the kingdom, the atmosphere of our places of influence, our home, our work, our community. What kind of influence are we being on our community? Are we ones who encourage and lift up and show respect and honor and love? Do we demonstrate the fine qualities of the kingdom? Or do we try to be prophets of old, where we stand on the mountaintop, don't get into any sort of relationship with people, and just call out their sins? That's a whole different video. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. And I just want to encourage you that the authority has been given to you to shift atmospheres, and to speak into people's lives and be encouragers. And I just encourage you to be encouragers. And especially in your home, be the influencer. You guys be blessed. Be encouraged. Love you all.